Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Harivado Shirenzi, Maxine Nadusa, Beverly Brombach, running condition of Taro, Glorious E. Okay, today's Monday, so I will be back later for my usual Monday evening sessions where I answer personal questions, pet questions, political questions, and talk about entertainment, whatever is on the entertainment top stories. That's one thing I'm trying to include more of in my other channel. Okay, did you guys watch, first of all, the Sunday shows and whatever Trump was doing in Europe? This is so embarrassing. Any question they asked him, he turns it into what he did. What's going on in Israel? Oh, I donated $50 million. Anything. It's all about him. When it comes to Epstein, it's even worse because that's driving him crazy. And also, if you watched the Sunday shows, remember I told you guys months ago that there is a breakup coming. If it's there already. The fissures are there, everything is there, the cracks are there. Okay? It's a matter of when it busts right into public view. And I feel like saying intuitively, Massey will lead the insurrectionist among Republicans in the House. But if you notice, Mike Johnson and Republicans, there are some of them, except for those who are MAGA, like he's not in the House, he's in the Senate. I forget his name, but he was on TV yesterday morning. He's a senator. Mark Wayne, something like that. Okay, he's MAGA and he's all out defending Trump, but that too is gonna, anyone who primaries him or any opponent, they're gonna use it against him. But intuitively, I feel there is a high level of discomfort among Republicans. They're beginning to realize Trump, not all, but most of them, Trump is going too far out as far as his corruptions, his executive orders, these dictatorial tendencies. They want to stay in power. They're not sure the way Trump is going about doing it is the way they want to do it. Because they feel. And it seems like they are just beginning to realize. I don't know where they've been. I'm sure some of them have been in the House for years. Democrats can come into power as well. So now they are worried about 26 because all their plans basically are blowing up in their faces, and the Epstein stuff, first of all, the big ugly bill and the Epstein stuff are not playing well. And Trump can't shake it. He's doing everything he can. It's not helping. He's in Europe, he's asking all kinds of questions about it. And the only thing he does is dig the hole deeper. And intuitively, that's what I feel. Okay? Yes, he's been thinking about pardoning, giving Maxwell a pardon. By the way, I know Maxwell is the first on the list. She is giddy about it. She feels she did very well talking to that Trump lawyer, Thursday and Friday. She feels very hopeful. And also because of the relationship between her lawyer and Trump's lawyer, she feels like there's a very good chance, even if she doesn't get a pardon. Her lawyer is working hard to get her a reduction in sentence, but I wish them luck. This is going to blow up like you wouldn't believe in Trump's face. But there is something he always said, I have the right to do it, but I'm not thinking about it. Whenever he says those type of things, that phrase, that means he's looking for a way to do it. It's a matter of how much damage, and if he can overcome the damage. And to go back to what I was saying, Republicans, they know how Trump is. Trump will let them will leave them holding the bag. So right now, they realize where they stand. They're looking for cover. And Mike Johnson going out on TV yesterday saying 20 years was a light sentence and what he did was disgusting. Did he just find that out? He knew about all this, but he went out into Trump biddings for him. Well, a lot of them are very concerned right now because, and just like us, they know if Trump did not have something to hide, they would have released the files regardless of who is on those files. As we know, Trump doesn't care. He only worries about himself. And if Clinton was in there, oh my God, he'd be very happy to splash it all over the place. But what is coming for him is going to be epic. And regardless of what he does, other things are going to pop up. And I'll share this after. You know, so Mike Johnson and company are beginning to realize they went in too far. They're going to have problems. So now they are trying to cover their tracks and whatever else they are trying to do to say it wasn't me. You know, I'm not the type, I'm a very religious person, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to work intuitively, I feel. Mike Johnson, he will be back in Congress because it feels like Republicans and wherever he's from, Tennessee or something like that, you know, they like people to abuse them. So they're going to vote for him again. They will re-elect him. And also he's he's the speaker. So hopefully, I don't know if he brings anything home, how good he is, you know, what his record is in Congress. But they will re-elect him again. But I doubt next cycle if he'll survive. Because, like I've said a number of years ago, I told you, it's on video. If not, I would be surprised if not all Republicans and the Senate and in Congress don't get unseated. Yes, that's what's coming, and that's what they're beginning to realize. And also, those who are carrying water for Trump still, Mark Wayne, whatever his name is, these people too, they're all going to be carried out with Trump. New people will come in. Democrats are going to have some issues as well, don't get me wrong, because the next generation wants to, they're stepping up right now and running for office. And so Democrats are going to they have their own issues. I don't understand. Well, they're getting bashed by the media for no reason. They're getting called out because the media is afraid to call Trump out because they're afraid of being sued. They're making it sound, it feels like to me, intuitively worse than it is. But Democrats have their own problems. They are working on them, and I'm not criticizing them. I'm saying to you intuitively what the media is doing, sparing Trump, and Trump is taking advantage of it, suing them, mistreating them, yelling at them. And the more they shrink, they don't stand up to him, the worse it's going to get. But there are some people who are coming who are going to be standing up to him. I'll get to that in a minute. But it's the breaking of the Republican Party. They're all looking for cover right now because they are terrified of the Epstein situation, and they are terrified as well. One of you asked me, will Agent Carroll collaborate with the Epstein victims? Because Trump was part of this thing. And hold a press conference. Oh, I can guarantee you that Agent Carroll's lawyer and Agent Carroll, absolutely they will do it. I'm not seeing it happening. I feel there's potential for some of the Epstein victims to get together and, like a Me Too situation. That's coming. This is way from over. Okay, but if you see Mike Johnson going on TV and do some mea culpa, all kinds of stuff, he's just trying to cover his track. He's beginning to realize they are too exposed, and they can lose the House, and what Democrats are going to do, and also what Democrats are going to uncover. They've been, the way they've been helping Trump, and all those corruptions, Trump has been getting a pass for, like that airplane. Yes, all those things are going to come up for review, and people responsible, people involved, will suffer the consequences. But Maxwell feels she did very good. If anything, any reduced sentence from 20 years, she feels, is a win. That's the way it feels like to me. Her camp is looking at it, and her family. I think she should stay there. And this morning, again, I didn't know about this. This is really sick, you guys. I heard a report on MSNBC, I think I heard it this morning. After he was investigated the first time, he moved his operation from Florida to whatever island he owned, whatever it was. And according to reports, in fact, yes, it was on MSNBC, it's one of those, the Inquirer, I believe that gentleman used to work for, that newspaper, the Inquirer, I don't know if they're still around. I believe he was talking about that. This is sick. Epstein had people from Europe bringing 12-year-old girls to his island or something to that effect, according to that person on MSNBC this morning. How sick is that? And I've heard the 13, not that there is much of a difference between a 12 and a 13-year-old girl, kid. This has not reached the bottom yet. And intuitively, I feel my prediction for Trump's influencers, they may get the short end of that stick as well, because there is potential for other critical evidence to come out while they are trying to cover for Trump, because according to reports, they are going right now all in with that guy Kelly from American News, whatever they call it, trying to say that all those things, they weren't true, or Trump wasn't there, all that stuff. There is potential for MAGA to turn on them if they are not careful, because I don't feel this is going to blow over, and I feel their evidence will come out, or more evidence will come out. They can't control this. Mike Johnson given Congress the month of August or the balance of July till September. He thought he was helping Trump. I don't think so. this is a lose-lose situation. That's my prediction. No matter what, everyone who was involved are going to pay. And even if they don't do it now, when Democrats come into the House, when they want the House back, watch what happens. And they're not going to do it just because they want to get back at Republicans. It is the right thing to do, to give those young kids who were abused their day in court, or do something, give them a voice. That's what I feel is coming. This is only the beginning, regardless of what Trump does, yelling at reporters, trying he's going to scare them. No. And also the grift or the extortion. I'll get back to that. Let me see if you guys have questions. I don't want to keep talking, and you guys, I know you want to. How the saying is, according to Michael Rule 45, and Epstein had over 10-year-old relationship competition hunting, yes, for women as prizes, yep, for their sexual appetite. It's crazy. That's why I'm saying this is only the beginning. And you know, Michael Wolff, his name is becoming more, I mean, not that he wasn't known before, but in terms of this scandal. Do you guys remember I told you a long time ago how many scandals they were going to, the Trump administration, the Trump regime was going to have? Yes. That's what we are watching today. And I said that a while ago. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look for it on my other computer. But yeah, it's that's what's unfolding, and that's what's going to take him down. He can't get away from this. No way. Kolowi SF says, how is MAGA going to react to a pardon or reduced sentence for her? Not well. They don't want to hear it because that lady, the lady who committed suicide, I believe last year, who was one of the, first of all, there are two things here, two problems here. That lady who committed suicide last year, she's, I believe, on video saying she's not suicidal, okay? But some way, somehow, they said she committed suicide, and that all those things that are covered up, there are things that are happening behind the scenes. But she said Maxwell is as much as a monster, if not more, if not worse than Epstein. So good luck to Trump. Since he can do it, he has the right to do it. Let's see what happens. This is going to blow up, my friends. This is what we are seeing is nothing. Gracie says, Agent Carroll said she wants to use her court winning to help survivors. Exactly. Thank you for posting this, Gracie. To help survivors. But yeah, we haven't seen anything yet. This is just the beginning. Trump has done some things so far he's gotten away with. But this is not going to end like, you know, the way he thinks. Your baby still up says, you are also kind. Thanks for your well wishes. Oh, okay, at 64 and 8 months and a third of the family income. Oh, okay, I thought that was a question. Well, good luck, your baby's still up. Hang in there. Okay, let me see. Whitney Morehouse says, MTG made some interesting statements. And she's talking sense. Yes, I heard about that. I think it was yesterday. Even a staff clerk is correct twice a day. Yep, I heard about that. Well, all these people, exactly, they are responding to their constituents because they can't hide. And they are being hunted down by their constituents with phone calls, people going into their offices, screaming, yelling, you know. And when it comes to abusing kids, people don't take that too well. And you know, I don't understand this. I don't know, they didn't specify where they were getting those 12-year-old kids or whatever, however old, however young they were trafficking to that island, Epstein Island, I guess. I don't know how they call it. What I kept thinking about is that's possibly why that woman, said, "Oh, it's human nature to abuse babies." I'm wondering where they got those kids. If they were, if they were getting them here, and around here in West Palm Beach, yes, everyone has problems. If they could recruit them from West Palm Beach, I guess they can do it everywhere. But this is so sickening, and my guy's gonna find out about all those things. How is Trump going to leave this behind? And just like artists reminded me of Michael Wolff saying this. Yeah, Michael Wolff, believe it or not, intuitively, and I don't think I'm not sure if I've said that before. This guy can be a very good witness for whenever this thing is going to come down, because he has seen pictures that very few people have seen, or people who have seen them don't want to be bothered with this stuff. Those wealthy people, powerful people who took part. Yeah. Okay. So my friends, hang in there. Yeah. In the meantime, they're sending ICE to abuse people, harass people. Watch what happens. And as I was talking, Trump is trying to change the subject. The grift is going to continue. He's trying to extort Oprah, Beyonce, and our former vice president. Good luck to him. I think he's going to have a fight on his hands. Because, we all know what he's trying to do. But it's the same thing Orban did in Hungary, and the same thing Trump, he's trying to extort everybody. And if you look at, I didn't look at the news conference he had live, because I started watching, but I couldn't take it. I don't understand how people tolerate this thing. And also, the EU chief that was listening to him, she was sitting there, I was focusing on her as well as they were talking. She could not understand how Americans voted. How could they do this? Voted for this idiot. Trump was talking about, they asked him one question. I don't think he remembers or remembered what the question was. He started answering the question and he veered into, I didn't know Epstein. I never been to his island. I didn't. And intuitively, I'm looking at that lady. By the way, I said smoke mirror negotiation, that when it comes to the tariff stuff, that's what he was doing. They are manipulating this guy and outsmarting him. They let him think he's winning. What do they care? Americans are paying the tariffs, whatever number Trump wants, because what Europeans and other people are doing, they are trying to show up markets in different places. Okay, with different countries, they are very active looking for new partners so they can leave America behind, and I don't blame them, unfortunately for us. But I was looking at that EU chief sitting there. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. I'm sure she has spoken to Trump before. Never face to face, it seemed, I heard from the news. And she was sitting there. She's a very smart woman, very diplomatic, and she's looking at this guy. Is this my equal? Americans are going to have to learn those things. You are electing a leader, not somebody to go out and chase your pig or your dog. Dogs are any animal. They must be treated with respect. Okay, I'm not quite sure what to compare to, you could use Trump for. At this point, I don't see any good this guy has to offer, but a whole bunch of people think he does. It's beyond me what I was watching yesterday, how they feel. They should do some kind of study show the people who voted for him, what is this? Is this what you wanted? On the international community, I know some of them don't care. They don't want anything to do with the international community. They want to stay within themselves. People with childhood traumas and all kind of traumas that they've had. So they think the rest of us have to behave just like them. I don't think that's going to happen. And hopefully America will learn after Trump. It was so embarrassing, it's not funny. But that lady understands what she's trying to do intuitively when I focus on her. And her and the rest of Europe. They know where we stand. They are hoping they only have to put up with Trump for 4 years. They can manage the situation until the next president comes over. But the relationship is going to change because they did not expect Trump to go this far and be this stupid. That lady, she just couldn't. And you know what? The minute they leave, they make sure no one is in their orbits and they start cracking up about his behavior. That's what they do. And my guy is so happy, so proud of their leader, their dear leader. Good luck. What's coming starting next month or sooner? The economy is going to hit them hard. Yes. But what I saw in Scotland, well, the welcome wasn't there either. So I think yes, they manipulated him. Every country in Europe are ready. They all communicated. They are on the same page. Manipulate this idiot until America learn its lessons. When you are electing a leader, this is not one of them. So remember. But this is not going to last very long anyway. I've discussed this with you before, and I was surprised. This is the second or third time this week I've done this. This astrologer is new. I don't remember her name. Sorry, I should write her name down. I'll do that. I'll give you her name tomorrow. And she was going over Trump's charts. Everything I've been saying to all of you the past 6 months or more, she mentioned a great number of them. The first thing I said when Trump got into office, it's in my, I found the video, was this summer would be challenging. She says the same thing. The way he's going to get hit hard and him not being able to get out of it. She said something else that I said as well. I don't remember because I said so many things. And she's not the only one. She's American. There is an English gentleman. He's probably around my age, or maybe, he looks like probably 65 or something. Okay. Oh, I'm probably older than he is. But the thing is, he said the same thing as well. And I'm not going to pretend here I'm not as good an astrologer as these people, and that's why I watch them. I've never seen that lady before. That's why I watched her, because the minute she showed the chart, I was all in, because I like to hear the people do astrological chart reading, so it helps me memorize some of that stuff, because there's so much of it. And intuitively, they resonated. I have my doubts as well. Every once in a while, I get really scared. I'm like, oh my God, not of what's going on, okay? But Republicans are doing so much behind the scenes, along with Trump, so he can stay in power. As long as you are in the game, there is a chance for you to win. And I'm sure you guys heard what Trump is trying to do, Texas among others, create more opportunities for them to win. I don't feel it's going to work, but I'm just saying to you, there is a small chance, okay, until you lock it up. But there are two things that are at play here, and that lady and that gentleman, they didn't come out and say something fatal can happen to this guy, okay? But they broached it. And that's why I've been saying to you, if he's around, I'd be shocked. That's my prediction. Let's see what happens. I can't, like I've always said, caution you guys, and you know, I can confuse time, okay? But, and that's what I was thinking yesterday when I was watching that lady. When I was thinking about him, Trump, cheating, and with the help of Republicans, okay? But I keep remembering he may not last that long. And when this happens, it's going to be like an atomic bomb. Yes. So people, it's like losing their minds. Okay. Some people would be happy. This is okay. I can do what I've always planned to do. But this is going to be really, the effect this is going to have is going to be unbelievable. That's my prediction. Let's see what happens. And also, that I was talking about Trump extorting people. He's extorting Oprah and company. Good luck. They'll fight. And he won't like it very much. But all those things, they depend on timing. What he's doing to the media, and now, I told you that last year, that's how dictators operate. What's theirs is theirs, what's yours is theirs too. Right now, he's branching from, media to private citizen. And that's why we've spoken about that before. All those billionaires, he is going to find a way to extort money from them if he doesn't get stopped, and he will. Watch. And by the way, the last thing, let me see. Otherwise, I'll talk about Hegseth tomorrow. Ice was spotted at a Little League basketball. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Baseball diamond a mile from my house. Pat Starr said that. Oh, yeah, they are all over the place now. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Artie says, 45 said, I never had the privilege to go to the island. Yeah. Well, he says he didn't know anything about any of that stuff. Yeah, that's what's going to come back to bite him. Oh, okay, Carrie G, I didn't think about that. That's true. Carrie G said they got the kids through modeling agencies. That is true. Okay. It's so sick. Gracie said U.S. vacation spots are feeling the lack of foreigners not coming to America. It's not only the vacation spot. From what I understand, the airports are empty. Planes. In fact, I was watching, I only watched a few minutes of it, a gentleman who was flying here. I believe he was, I don't remember where in Europe, probably England. He was the only one, or one of very few people on the airplane. The airplane was empty. They come flying to America. Oh yes, that's not a big hit they're gonna get. Tourism, people are not coming here. Why should they come here and be harassed anyway? Or worse, end up in prison for no reason. Yeah, Trump and Vaught and Miller, let's see what happens. All those guys, it's a matter of time. Because once Trump is gone, even Fox is beginning to wonder if Trump hasn't gone too far. And I was watching a video, Maxwell, I was watching a little while ago, who was saying, was it a Maxwell? The Maxwell or someone else. They were talking about the host at Fox are beginning to lecture some of the people in the Trump administration who are going after CBS and all the other medias, basically trying to shut them down. They said if this thing changes, once you have a Democratic president, they can do the same thing to them. Well, they finally caught up. What happens? This is going to get really bad. Not in a sense of revenge, but right all the wrongs Trump has done. It's going to be a lot of work. And people will go into prison for abuse of power. And that include ICE agents, not only to prison. They're going to get sued out of their minds. Watch. They are not, somebody was saying over the weekend, they are not immune. The only person who has immunity is Trump. So they better think about it. Yeah. Even ICE agents are going to be sued. It's going to be very interesting to see. This said, question, you said it is going to hit like a bomb. Yep. Are you seeing a big drop of Epstein info? I've said that before, yes. I'm not quite sure how it's going to come, but yes. More evidence to come. Things we're not aware of, at least we the public are not aware of. Joel Tishon says Stephen Miller arrested. They won't have to arrest him. They'll get his lawyer to bring him in. And he's going to be testifying in Congress. And I see these people in court. Like I said the other day, there is going to be something like the Nuremberg trial happening in this country once this is over. And that's what Fox News is beginning to realize. They are mentioning media, saying, well, you know, we've got to be careful, trying to shut down CBS and all that, firing people. The next administration can come after us. They are beginning to realize and say, maybe we're going too far. Yeah. Jojo Tao says, Milo, maybe Musk has some Epstein files. He may not have Epstein files, but I feel he knows quite a bit about what happened at the Epstein Island, among all the classified documents he's seen. I mean, do you guys remember? This guy had the temerity to try to have Hegseth give him a presentation about our war plans with China. Now you tell me, if I was a billionaire, or I'd have better things to do. I have a new Lamborghini to buy. I don't want to deal with this stuff and create headaches for myself. But he did. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Why should I burden myself with that stuff? And then it's going to come back to bite me. It's going to come back to bite Elon, okay? But the point I was trying to make is if he and Hegseth was agreed to do it, we don't know what else he knows. Yeah? What else he had access to. Intuitively, I feel like saying, this guy had access to a whole slew of stuff. Yeah, and that's why he went on Twitter and said what he said. That Trump is in the Epstein files. Yeah, he was not joking. He's a liar. He's a con, just like Trump. Okay? But he was trying to hurt Trump. I'm not taking side. They all deserve, one another. Let them fight. I don't care. I mean, for these people to put this country in the situation that we are in right now, Lord knows how many people they're going to kill because they took their medical benefits from them. Yeah. And they are hurting our migrants that are helping us, helping the economy. That's one good thing that I feel is going to come out of this too as well. When this is over, migrants are going to be viewed differently, and there are going to be more help for them because the atrocities that are taking place behind the scenes that we are not aware of. One of them was in the newspapers a year ago or so. That young kid from Pennsylvania who was working in a meat plant, he lost his left arm, or at least the use of his left arm. He's about maybe 18. Imagine that. So we don't know. This is one thing we know. But somebody who works the field for 20 years, they put their kids, thank God, but still, they get nothing out of the hard work that they put. Well, one thing, okay, they were able to raise their family. They would go to school, the physicians and lawyers, whatever else. But they get nothing. And they probably never got a green card. And then they broke their backs. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do the job. And if I was doing the job, oh Lord, I don't know how well my back would hold. So these people deserve respect. And I feel they will get the respect they deserve, whether Trump likes it or not. And Miller, he's going to be around to watch and eat it all up. He won't be able to do anything. He's done after this. That's my prediction. These people didn't do anything to him. They've made his life easier, if anything. Let's see what happens. Okay. Thank you, friends, for spending time with me. I think the time went by. South Park. I said South Park had him in bed with Satan. Yeah, but well, he is in bed with Satan, which is a satire, but it is completely true, absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmiro.com, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will be back later. Those who usually attend my Monday evening sessions, I'll see you then. Till then, bye.